We're live.
We're live.
Can we take these off?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. I'm not Chris. So.
And I am Bill.
Are you?
Yep.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. Welcome to the first 14 seconds of Sports Shorts and More. So far, it's going pretty well. Yeah.
You want to show me your glasses? He forgot his glasses today, so this was his next best option.
Thanks to my friend Chelsea for her glasses. They don't work, though.
Wow.
They're not those kind of glasses.
I'm going to assume, yeah.
Are your glasses subscription glasses?
No, they're the blue light things.
That's cool.
So they help with like headaches and everything?
Yeah. They help you not to have headaches?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's pretty nice.
So, Emily is sitting in today.
Yes.
On Sports Shorts and More.
Because Chris decided he just couldn't grace us with his presence today. So
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So we hope that everybody out there, this one person,
Who?
is having a good time. I don't know. We don't know who's there unless they say hi to us.
Hi.
Or ask us a question or make a statement of some sort.
Yes.
So we have a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. There is so much going on. I have a whole thing of notes because there was too much to remember.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There is. And
It's a whole lot.
I appreciate your, what's the word I'm looking for?
Preparedness.
Preparedness. That's a good word. Greatness, yes.
Excellency.
I appreciate your excellency.
Keep going.
Yeah, we probably could. So what do you want to talk about first?
I think the biggest thing is definitely the college football playoffs.
It's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. I mean, UC was ranked 6th, and then they won their conference, and then they got bumped down to 8th.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. And you know what's really crazy is, Tulsa's in the same conference they are.
Yeah.
Tulsa was in the top 25. UC had a game canceled because of COVID a couple weeks ago. They moved down a spot. Tulsa did not play. They moved up a spot.
And they shouldn't have gotten penalized for that because...
No, they're still 9-0.
Yeah. And I think OSU ended up at 6-0, and they're suddenly 4th.
Yep.
It just doesn't make any sense. And I don't know, like I did the math and everything. I was prepared for this. The points per game for UC was like almost 40 points per game.
And their defense is one of the best in the country.
Yeah. And we're just not being taken seriously.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why.
And they have to play Georgia. I'm not happy about that. I really would have liked for them to play A&M because A&M was number 5.
I wouldn't have minded. I know that Notre Dame is obviously in the top 4, but if things would have shaken out how we wanted, I wouldn't have mind playing them.
Well, if Notre Dame I thought Notre Dame was going to get kicked out.
I thought so too.
Because they got blasted. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Clemson just ran the field with them. And I thought that A&M would sneak in at number 4.
Yeah.
And that UC would move up to number 5.
I would have been fine with 5. I just don't understand, how 8th is correct.
Yeah. Where's Georgia? Where are they ranked?
Georgia
Are
is
9, 10?
9.
9. So they're playing down a little bit.
And I think the big thing that Fickle said he was worried about was just that's probably one of the better teams that they've played during his coaching career at UC. And he's like, we just don't know how to simulate that and get them in that mindset of actually playing them because there's no one that they've played that they can really compare it to.
Yeah. I have heard through the grapevine that Georgia's a pretty good matchup for UC.
I've heard that too. I think that'll go pretty well, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And
it was Georgia that beat UC 150-3 last time, right? Wasn't it in the Sugar Bowl or something?
I think 150-3 is a little excessive.
It wasn't that ugly, but it was kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe
as ugly as the UC-OSU game, the 42-0.
Oh my goodness, that was a bad one.
That was brutal. I stopped watching 10 minutes in.
Was that last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was rough, but UC had a great year other than that.
Yeah. Well, and then did you hear in the coaches poll, the head coach of Clemson gave OSU an 11th ranking.
Dabo Swinney did that. Yes, he did.
They're livid.
Yeah. So, and Clemson plays Ohio State Friday night at 8. So I read the interview with him. He said, "Yeah, I think what's right is right, and I think you needed to play a full schedule before you could be ranked in the top 10. And I realized that I'm just putting out bulletin board fodder
Yeah.
for OSU and their fans, but I feel like I need to do it. So
Well,
hopefully it comes back to bite him.
I think so. But I think it's just kind of ridiculous that, they're saying, oh, well, if you didn't play a full season, it's like, it's a pandemic. It's
It
a
is
little different
pandemic,
than normal. Like, this isn't
Yes.
just people didn't want to play. Like,
Exactly.
they clearly wanted to play.
Yeah, they went looking for games.
Yeah.
And
So,
yeah, I wish that they had gotten to play a couple of schools that get to play. Well, I thought for a minute, I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that Michigan would have canceled the Ohio State game anyway, just to try to keep them out of the playoff,
yeah.
because Michigan hates Ohio State.
But they've been losing the last couple of years, so maybe it was also they didn't want to lose again.
It could be. And the line for that game, Emily, was 30 points, I think.
Yeah.
It was the biggest line ever for
Yeah.
the matchup. So, yeah, I think there was some of that too.
I don't know.
But we'll never know.
Yeah. I mean, who do you have taken the whole thing for college football?
It's a tough one. Not Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't know why they're in there.
Notre
still.
Dame's already proven they can't hang with Clemson.
Yeah.
And I think Alabama would just obliterate them.
I think OSU would probably be the closer game for Notre Dame.
I would love to see that game.
I think that would actually be a competition. I think Alabama or Clemson, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not even a competition.
No, I think so too. I think Alabama's going to run the field with Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Friday
that'll be an
afternoon.
easy game for them.
Yeah. So Clemson provides a lot of problems for Ohio State. And Ohio
Yeah.
State, especially in their secondary, because Ohio State's secondary has not been so good this year.
Yeah.
And last year, Ohio State played Clemson, right? In the
Yes.
final, in the semifinal, and they were up 16-0. And then Clemson came rushing back and beat them.
Yeah. Well, and they haven't had as much time on the field as other teams because they've only, from what I could see, they only had 6 games.
Yep.
And their points per game is 42. It's not much higher than UC's,
Mm-hmm.
which, like, yeah, that's still good. But, I mean, can Clemson...
I wonder if they had, 2 weeks off between games, Clemson and Ohio State's had 3 or 4 weeks. So I wonder if playing a full season like Clemson did really makes that much of a difference injury-wise.
Yeah.
And that Ohio State has kind of a leg up there because they did not play 11 games.
And I wonder, like, in terms of just all the teams in general, like, if everyone had a full season, would it still have ended up with these standings? Or
That's a good question.
Or did the top 4 just get lucky? Because clearly we're seeing teams that should have been higher ranked that aren't.
I think the only team really that didn't play a full season that's in is Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I think if they had played a full season, they would have run the table. Hi.
Hi.
I don't think they would have had a problem beating
Yeah.
anybody. I would have liked to have seen it, though.
I think it would have been interesting.
Yeah, would have been fun. So that's Friday.
Yes.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
And we got
When does UC play? New Year's Day?
I think they play like the 2nd or something like that.
Really?
I think so.
Mm.
Not 100. Oh, you mean for football still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought it was like the 1st or 2nd.
I thought they had a New Year's Day bowl. I don't know. Hard to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, football, not basketball. Not such a good year for the Bearcats.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's rough.
Xavier's looking good, though.
Well, I'm surprised because Xavier just got their first loss of the season to Creighton, and
Creighton.
they're ranked 22.
Creighton's a tough place to play.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's a trip to Nebraska for one.
That's not a good start.
No, it's not. Nothing good. Nothing good starts with the trip to Nebraska.
But they do have Seton Hall Wednesday, and Seton Hall's not ranked.
No, they were good last year. My son went to Seton Hall last year,
Mm.
and they were decent, but not so much this year.
Yeah,
But X looks awfully good.
they really do. I'm really happy with how they're going. Fingers crossed, since March Madness didn't work out this past year, that maybe that could happen this year if things
Yeah,
work out.
they're talking about. Are they still talking about playing all that in one site?
I don't remember. I mean, but that, like, yeah, that would take longer and that would start to get confusing, but I feel like that would be the safest option if they did that.
Yeah,
But I think we got to see where the vaccine goes and see if
it goes right here, right there. Solve that for you.
Oh, genius.
Yep.
But see how, the next couple months go, and then see if maybe they can do March Madness, because I missed it last year.
Me too.
I was really bummed out that it wasn't happening. But,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I love March Madness.
I do too, and I feel bad for all the seniors because that is something they look forward to every single year.
Yep.
And that just...
One nice thing about the basketball season is that Kentucky is terrible.
We love when Kentucky is terrible.
Yeah, we do.
We are not Kentucky fans.
No, not so much.
Oh my! Kentucky and Duke. You can't talk about Kentucky and Duke in my household because
Really?
my dad despises Duke.
Yeah.
Because it seems like one of those schools where they only get good players because of how much money they have, and they're all like the rich kids that get to have the best trainers and coaches and everything. Like,
yeah,
it's just there's not a lot of respect coming from me when you get talent because of how much money you have.
I get that.
Like, it just doesn't make sense.
So who's your dad a fan of?
Xavier.
Okay.
And we're a fan of UC when
they're not playing
Xavier.
I'm the same way.
I mean, and I've been to both schools, and I would happily choose Xavier over UC.
Does Xavier have people in the stands?
They've not had any yet, from what I've been seeing. But I think they're gonna try to start, but hopefully they don't do what UC football did, because they were expecting I want to say it was 1,200 for the championship game, and then they ended up with 5,800.
Yeah. And
when I saw the videos, it looked terrible. Like, people not wearing masks, people in giant clumps. Like, they had way too many people there. So I think if Xavier does it, they'll probably keep it really low, because they've been really good with Corona on campus.
Yeah.
So I would assume that they would do the same with sports.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how many students have tested positive?
It's pretty much solely been in the freshman dorms, from what I can understand.
That makes sense.
And this semester they're going to be doing the random testing.
Okay.
And I've had to take one Corona test so far. Came back negative. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, but she had me do it myself.
Ooh, up your nose?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was brutal. She was like, oh yeah, count to 15 and twist 3 times and all this kind of stuff. And I was sitting there and I told her, I was like, I forgot how to count. I was like, this thing is practically touching my brain. Yeah. Like, I forgot how to count.
That's kind of like bop it, twist it.
Oh yeah. It was a lot. But I mean, they're doing the random testing, which I think is really smart, because if you do random testing and, you have a list of the students that you've already tested, if someone tests positive, you can probably do contact tracing and stuff like that.
Yeah, very true.
So I think it's really smart.
So how do you know you got that thing far enough up your nose?
Well, she didn't yell at me.
That's nice.
And she said an inch up my nose, and I barely put the Q-tip in my nose, and she's like, no, I'm so sorry, but you gotta go further. And I was like, no, don't tell me the absolute worst news you could ever tell me.
You're right.
But it got to the point where you just know it's not going to go any further, and you're like, this has to be good enough.
Ouch. It just sounds horrible.
Oh God. Well, and then you feel like you're going to sneeze every 5 seconds.
Right.
It's brutal.
If you stuck that up your nose and looked at the sun, you could probably sneeze your whole brain out your nose.
Exactly. Well, and then of course I had a headband on when I was there because I had my hair up. And I came home and I strapped the headband down around my nose, and I was like, it's my nose mask. I'm in pain. And my parents were not a fan of that because I was being a drama queen. But
did you? Well, from one drama queen to another. Good job.
You a drama queen?
Really? I know. Go figure. Shocked. Right? Try to figure that one out.
Oh my goodness. And then let's see what else in sports.
The NFL, Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals won 2 in a row. This is the first time they've won 2 in a row in over 100 years.
Is that true?
No, but it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, first road win in 2 years.
That's nice though.
Yeah, and they have one game left. They have Baltimore coming to town to teach them how to play football.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. But
Yeah.
Burrow's looking better.
Is he?
Yeah, I've seen videos of him walking after his surgery, and he's just getting like some of that physical therapy in, and he said he's feeling fine. He's ready for next season, like just doing some more healing, and he'll be good to go.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be nice because I feel like if maybe we can get a good season, I would be willing to wear anything Bengals related.
Really?
But up until this point, I can't.
No, I get it.
Like, I was mad and hated the Bengals so much until they got rid of Lewis, and I only slightly hate them now.
Yeah.
So it's getting better, but I mean, we still need a season where, there's more than 2 wins in a row.
Louis Capaldi.
Of course, Louis Capaldi.
I liked him too.
Oh my God.
So in the NFL, the playoffs are pretty much set, except for the NFC East. And you know where this is going because I know that you are just like me. You're a huge Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, massive.
Yeah. So that's my team. And they are, let me tell you where they are exactly because it's kind of crazy. They're 6-9. 6-9. They can make the playoffs at 7-9 if Washington loses next week and Dallas wins.
Jeez.
Do you believe that? You want to hear something?
That doesn't make sense to me.
I know, it's craziness, but they can do it. And you know who's leading that team? Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
So Andy Dalton could conceivably be in the playoffs this year.
Everyone magically gets better when they leave the Bengals. It's kind of interesting how that works. Like Whitworth left and he's amazing.
Yeah.
It's Cincinnati curse. That's it.
There is
That's
one.
what it is.
Speaking
honestly.
of curses, though, how about Cleveland?
Oh God.
Cleveland was literally just walking into the playoffs, and
Yeah.
now they may not make it.
Like they go back and forth between the 0-16 season and then like really having a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And it cracks me up because that is very Ohio of them.
I really thought they were going to be in the playoffs, and they still may, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'm surprised like everyone was so excited about Baker Mayfield just like we were with Joe Burrow. And it's like, okay, but you need more than one person to be excited.
Yeah, exactly. But they have turned it around this year, which is nice. But man, losing to the Jets.
That's not pretty.
No, that was craziness.
It's like losing to the Bengals.
Only worse.
Only worse.
Yeah.
It's the one thing worse than losing.
Pretty much, yeah. Losing to the Jaguars and the Jets.
Oh.
So, did you watch the game last night?
I did not. I refuse, and so does my dad, to watch anything Bengals related until
It was Green Bay played last night. They played the team that they were against.
yes, and what was that team?
The one that Green Bay played,
Mm-hmm.
and they beat them like 40-14 or something crazy like that.
So they beat them that badly, and you forgot who they played.
That's why I forgot because they were terrible.
That's how it works.
How do I not remember
Maybe they
that?
forgot too.
Maybe they did. I want to say no. I don't know. I can't say. Tennessee? No, I don't know.
It might have been Tennessee.
Something happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched the game. I did not watch the Bengals game though.
Yeah, I have no interest until they actually like show some progress.
Well, I have interest, but I woke up at 2:00 on Sunday.
That will definitely cause it like some difficulties in watching
Yeah,
games.
I turned the game on and then I went back to sleep.
So you slept all day Sunday.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the life, honestly.
That's pretty much what
I
happened.
could have slept all day today.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good day to sleep.
It really
It's cold
is.
outside.
Well, and then after Christmas, you just, whether it's like over Zoom or if you're like just with like the family you live with, you want to sleep forever. You want to just take a really, really long nap and maybe bring some Cheez-Its into your room.
Ooh,
And just
that sounds
stay
good.
in there.
You know what? I like to mix Cheez-Its and goldfish. Not the ones that swim, the ones that are little crackers.
Really.
This big. Yep, I do.
But why?
I don't know how that started, but they're really good
Oh my-
if you mix them up together. I mix cereal too. When I eat cereal, I mix cereal together.
I think that's treason.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry.
It makes things better.
But, I mean, why?
Well, okay, so There's this Kashi cereal, and they make this cereal called Go Lean, and it has high fiber and protein.
Also, none of the good cereals.
And then they make this cereal called Go Lean Crunch,
Oh,
and it's kind of
crunchy.
and it's sweet.
Okay.
So I mix those together to get the sweetness.
See, I guess I could see, like, there are a couple that I could see mixing. Like, if you did the peanut butter Captain Crunch and the regular Captain Crunch, I think that'd be good.
About the only things you couldn't mix, I think, would be Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
I also think it would be weird to mix, like, a really, like, sugary, like, sweet cereal and plain Cheerios.
Yeah, plain Cheerios and
That would be
anything
weird.
would mix really well.
I love plain Cheerios, but
I do too. I like Honey
mixing
Nut
them with
Cheerios
something
better.
else, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I think you mix it with, like, if you were to mix, like, regular Cheerios with Cocoa Puffs, that would just...
What about anything with Captain Crunch is good.
Yes.
I love Captain Crunch.
That's the best.
And Crunch Berries too. Crunch Berries are good.
I've never tried those.
They're good. Yeah, I don't think it's a real berry, so it doesn't count like for antioxidants and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
You don't get all those good vitamins.
Crunch Berry. No.
If it's called Crunch Berry, I'm going to guess that maybe not.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh.
So what else are we going to talk about?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out, hoping Trevor Bauer doesn't leave.
Yeah, I know. I think that we're doomed this year because I think the Reds are going to have a fire sale
Mm-hmm.
and get rid of everybody.
Well, they did just get a relief pitcher, which historically we don't have the best relief pitchers, so I don't know how good that's going to be.
No. And we don't do well with getting stuff for the people we trade.
No.
It's not a good thing. But they really went out a year or two ago and tried to get a good team.
See,
And they made it to the playoffs.
I want Puig to come back. I'm still waiting for him to come back.
Yasiel Puig.
Yes. He was awesome.
He was
And
good.
Amir Garrett's never allowed to leave because he punched a Pirates player for us. So
Yeah, I hate the Pirates in
he
baseball.
can't leave.
You know who else I hate in baseball? The St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes.
You know, they have the second most World Series wins of any team besides the New York Yankees.
Not surprised. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't
think-
like them.
See, the funny thing is I always hear people in Cincinnati say, I hate the Pirates, the Cardinals, and the Cubs.
Mhm.
But I don't really hate the Cubs.
I don't hate the Cubs.
I hate when you want to go to a Reds-Cubs game and then it looks like you're at Cubs.
Wrigley Field.
Like, it looks
Yeah.
like you're at a Cubs like fan party.
Yeah,
'Cause There's
exactly.
so many people. And so then you like have to sit there all disappointed when the Cubs like score a home run or something and you're like, oh my God, it's so
It's-
loud in here.
It's like going to a Steelers game here.
Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
Steelers. It's all terrible
I
towels.
hate the Steelers too.
Me too. Don't like the
'Cause,
Steelers.
I mean, how do you like a team that does literally what their name is? They steal.
They did. They stole. Who'd they
Yeah.
steal from? What'd they steal? Did
They
they get
stole
arrested?
a touchdown
They did.
at some point, I'm sure.
Probably.
Like, I don't trust them.
No. I see that. Not as far as I can throw them.
Yeah, no, they're not great.
So,
And
what-
who does yellow and black for their
You know,
colors?
Pittsburgh's interesting because all of their professional teams are gold and black.
Yeah,
They're the only city that does that.
the only gold and black that I like is the Columbus Crew.
Are they gold and black?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they win or did they lose?
Yes, they won.
They won the whole thing?
Mhm.
That's cool.
And they actually had fans in the stands. It was exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, did now they play in much the same league as the Cincinnati FC Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
But they kind of had a rough year.
FC Cincinnati makes me sad because,
They stink.
well, that and there's been so much transition in their very short lifespan.
Coach wise.
I mean, coach-wise, player-wise, you know, you had them just getting used to USL, and then they're going to MLS, and it just they need like stability for a few years where
Yeah.
they don't have any like they have a solid team, their coach stays, everything like that, because there is so much going on.
You know, we have a friend here named Larry,
Yes.
and he has an apartment downtown. And I don't know, he's on the 11th or 14th or 23rd floor or something.
One of those numbers.
And his balcony looks into the stadium.
Oh my gosh.
It's really cool.
I've never been so jealous.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I'm just waiting for the year where, like, FC Cincinnati really just kind of blows up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find out when that's going to be. Because, I mean, when they moved to MLS, they had only 2 players that came up with him. 3, something like that. Like, most of the teams stayed in the minor leagues.
Really?
And so all of these new players came in. And, you know, they're worried about coaches and stuff. And then, you know, you have the one coach who was here for, like, less than a year and then said a racial slur and then got kicked out. And there's just so much going on.
So I didn't know this. I didn't know that they didn't bring their whole team up.
Oh, yeah. Like, there are some players who either the coaches felt that they weren't, you know, good enough for MLS, or the players themselves decided, no, I just want to keep playing in the minor leagues. And so we had, like, a couple people come up. But I think at this point, there might be only 1 player left from their original team.
Holy cow.
And, I mean, they've been only playing for a couple years. And, I mean, it seems like it's a whole new team every season.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I have not paid much attention.
Yeah, it's really a bummer. But I think this is how a lot of teams kind of start out, and it's hard when you know, right before we started out in Cincinnati with FCC, Atlanta and Orlando got humongously popular because they had amazing first seasons. So then it was like we had to live up to that, and we just couldn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
But we scored, though, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We scored in a game?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was a lot of time where we did not score.
Yeah. You can't win if you don't score.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can tie in soccer.
You can tie.
But you can't win.
You can tie in football. You can't tie in the playoffs.
Which is always weird.
Yeah, but you can't tie in the soccer playoffs either.
Well, no.
You keep kicking those kicks until one goes in. So
you know soccer really good, don't you?
Thank you. I've been brushing up on it. Yeah.
Soccer genius.
I am pretty much. I'm a Chelsea fan.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get to be a Liverpool fan?
Well, didn't like Manchester United. Didn't have time for Arsenal. Chelsea was okay, but I really liked Liverpool because they always kind of seemed like the underdogs to me that everyone knew was good but didn't want to give them the time of day.
Yeah.
And I like that. So wait, are you telling me that on Sports Shorts and More, when Chris is sitting in this seat, you guys don't talk about the beautiful game?
Soccer?
Yes.
I don't know if we ever talked about soccer. And then we lost Emily.
Upsetting.
Yeah, I'm not sure soccer's ever come up. I don't know.
But
you know what? We don't talk about T-ball. We don't talk about
that
football.
Is not on the same level.
We don't talk about dodgeball. We don't talk about hopscotch.
Every time that you guys have a class, I'm going to have to give you just a soccer report so that you guys can talk about it.
You could do the soccer report.
I'll just pop in for like 5 minutes and be like, here's all this stuff.
Well, I was thinking like 30 seconds. But you could do the weekly soccer report.
30 seconds?
Hey,
wow.
You know,
all right.
Anywhere between 30 seconds and 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
Which 5 minutes would be within that.
5 minutes would work, yeah. So. Why didn't you say 5 minutes? You did say 5 minutes.
I did.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be nice. Maybe we could have different people do different sports updates.
Yes. And then soccer can be taken seriously and not be compared to pickleball.
And not be relegated. And dodgeball. And anything else I can think of. Hopscotch. Double Dutch.
That's not a sport.
For real?
No.
I think it is.
It's not.
Pretty sure.
I don't count it.
It's in the Olympics.
There are so many things in the Olympics that are not sports.
You know what's going to be in the Olympics next time? Don't tell me. You're going to go, what? Breakdancing.
No.
I promise you. breakdancing is going to be
Oh
an
no.
Olympic sport in 2022, 2024.
Well, they're gonna try and do it in 2021, or they're gonna try and have the Olympics. Are they gonna do it for that one, or wait?
I'm
till the
not
next
sure
one?
if they're going to do it in Tokyo or not.
Yeah, I guess you have to train.
Here's the pandemic trivia question.
Oh God.
When were the Tokyo 2020 Olympics held? 2021. But they're still calling it Tokyo 2020 because they did all the marketing for it.
Well,
So-
and the logo was pretty cool.
It is cool.
So you got to kind of keep it, but like, are they still going to keep to the every 4 years from 2020, or are they going to have to try and do 2021?
I think it's 2020 because these cities are planning years and years in advance.
Yeah,
So
because they can't completely change that up and then mess up all the other cities. That's fair.
yeah. So I hope they have the Olympics in 2021. I'm not for sure that's going to happen yet.
We need something good.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my goodness.
NBA is back.
Yeah.
I like the NBA. Here's why. I like Luka Doncic. Is he your favorite player?
No.
Do you know him?
No.
Okay.
I like Sadonis from the Pacers.
Okay, I can see that. Luka Doncic is the best player in the world.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah, he plays for the Dallas Mavericks,
Okay.
and he is
I see a theme here with the Dallas Cowboys and the Dallas Mavericks.
21 years old, maybe something like that.
Jeez.
He's the odds-on favorite to win the MVP this year, according to Las Vegas.
According to Las Vegas.
Yeah. So the Dallas Mavericks played the Los Angeles Clippers yesterday.
Okay.
And the score at halftime was 77-27. Dallas was up 50 points at the half. It's the largest halftime deficit ever in the NBA.
That's fair.
And Dallas won the game by 51. So they beat them by 1 point in the second half, too. So it's the biggest loss for the LA Clippers ever and the biggest win in the NBA.
Yeah.
So it's just, things are going the right direction. Now,
Jeez.
I will tell you, I know you're excited about that,
Oh, very.
but Dallas is only 1-2 because they lost their first 2 games.
Oh, well, they suck then. That's,
Oh,
sorry. That's,
I don't know. They're on the road. They're on the West Coast. It's tough to play on the West Coast.
Oh, so excuses is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
As I just did a full 2 minutes of excuses for SC Cincinnati.
Yeah, but
That's fine.
But if all your players stay home, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
They could have gone on Craigslist or next door. Anyone in the neighborhood want to play soccer? Look, this is me texting.
Really seriously?
I'm not sure if I actually text like this or not. Yeah, I do this.
Oh, thank God you don't do that.
No, do you do this?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is either the soccer mom texting,
Yeah.
where you hold it this close to you.
Right. Yeah, I have to do that. Yeah. My phone screen, I blew it up as big as I could
Why?
because I can't see and I don't have my glasses.
And you drove here.
They're not those kind of glasses, Emily. What are you,
What
the
kind of
police?
glasses are they?
They're readers. They just magnify stuff.
Oh.
My eyes are fine. I can read everything across the room.
Then what's wrong with the phone screen?
I can't really read everything across the room because the words are too small for me. I need readers everywhere. I need them here, at home, in the car. I do need a chain.
Stays with you.
Yeah, I lose my glasses. At least 3 times a day, someone comes in my office and brings me my glasses.
I've seen people do those doormats where when you walk out it says phone, keys, wallet.
That's a
And
good
so
idea.
every time you walk out your door you see that, and then you always have to remember your glasses, or maybe just tattoo it inside your eyelids or something so that you can remember your glasses.
Can you turn your eyelids inside out? Do you know how to do that?
Do you?
Maybe.
No,
No. Let me try this one.
I don't like that popping. Oh my god.
Is it inside out? Was it?
Oh.
That's pretty cool, huh? That's not a
normal.
sport.
If that is ever a sport, I'm going to the moon.
I wonder if I could. That should be a sport.
I will run to the moon.
I wonder if I could do them both at the same time.
Why?
I can't do that one. Ow! Now my eye hurts.
It's almost like you put your finger in it.
It's a lot like that. Yeah. This morning I brought my friend Jeannie a Christmas present.
Oh, Jeannie's your friend?
She's my coworker friend.
Interesting.
And Amanda is my coworker friend.
Uh-huh.
And Brian is my
Uh-huh.
coworker friend. And Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so I brought her.
Not even Chris.
Chris is my boss. I love Chris. Chris is wonderful. He's the best boss in the entire world.
So then he's your coworker friend.
No, he's my boss.
Then he's your boss friend.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if you could really do that.
Like you guys are the two tall old guys besides Ernest.
I know, and I'm the oldest.
So I feel like all tall old guys should be friends.
That makes sense to me.
I think that's just logic.
I haven't seen Ernest in a while.
I saw him at the Christmas party.
Oh, how was Christmas party?
It went really well. Chris, I think, liked his present. He might have hated it. I don't know.
What did he get?
I painted the Google Docs logo and then wrote Master Pedoto because I've been teaching him Google Docs for like 2 years.
That's classic.
And he's like, not terrible at it.
Good.
I mean, still probably a few times a month he asks me a Google Docs question. But
If computing was a sport, would you be on the Google Docs team or the Microsoft Office team?
Google Docs.
Yeah.
I think it's so much smarter. Like, I can get on any computer and work on stuff.
Really?
And you don't have to save.
Oh, that's
'cause it
right, because it
automatically
automatically saves. Yeah.
And I've had to tell him that probably 5 separate times since I've started as an AmeriCorps person.
Oh, yeah. How's that working out for you?
It's working out really good. I've had a couple people get jobs and
Really?
yeah.
That's huge.
And I got job readiness going well, GD prep going well.
GD prep.
GD prep.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm learning math because of GD prep. So.
Yeah. What kind?
The not fun kind.
Like plussing and minusing?
No, it's
You already know that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you know
It's like-
timesing?
Timesing, yes.
Okay. You know it all then, pretty
Yes.
much. Everything is just variations of timesing and multiplying and timesing.
Well, yeah.
Dividing.
Dividing, yes.
Dividing is just 1 over timesing.
Well, yeah. Did you know the actual, like, the symbol that they have for dividing? Like, the dot, the line, and the dot is
Mhm.
supposed to be the numerator and denominator.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, like, the little dots are placeholders for whatever number you put in there.
I always keep the denominator in the bottom.
That's where it's supposed to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On the low. That's Amanda.
Top notch. I hope that got picked up on the camera.
Yeah.
I really hope it did.
That's Amanda at the 37:30 mark.
Yeah, that
Where
had some decibels to it. That was
sometimes
amazing.
she can get all the way through the alphabet. Yeah.
Oh, Mary gave it a 9.75 out of 10. Dang.
She carried it to the front desk. Classic.
Oh my gosh. What other? Okay, we have actual sports.
Okay.
Okay. What other? Oh, Luis Castillo might get traded.
Who's that? Sounds like a baseball player.
Yes, it's one of the pitchers for the Reds.
Oh. They had great pitching this last year.
Yeah, they got someone from
Well,
the Red
great
Sox
starting
too.
pitching. Was it Big Poppy?
I wish, but also he's retired. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I need to send him a card.
That happened a while ago.
Well, I'll send it
Oh
express.
my gosh.
I'll get it quickly.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Friday. Friday is my favorite day of the year because both semifinal games get played.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm happy that Ohio State plays at night, so they don't play the first game. So I'm not in a
That's
bad
true.
mood when I watch the second game.
That's true.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get out of 2020.
No kidding. Everybody is.
I mean, 2021 isn't going to magically be better first day.
But I think it is. I think that magically at midnight on December 31st, everything is going to go back to normal.
So
And I'm
we
going
can
to
just
be
keep
really,
the blame solely on 2020.
and I'm going to be really sad when it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be disappointing. But I mean, there's sleeping and there's food.
There is food.
So that solves all your problems.
Sleeping and food.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not in that order, though.
Well,
Well, I guess I do that order when I wake up. But sometimes I skip breakfast.
is there a wrong order for eating though?
No, probably not.
And if you ate like Eggos or pancakes or something at night, technically you didn't skip breakfast because those are breakfast foods. So it's fine.
That's true. You're
Well, it
ahead of the
matters.
game. Yeah, you're ahead.
Work smarter, not harder, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I work very smart. That's just to say I don't work very hard.
Yeah.
What else is on your list?
That's it, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, college football playoffs was the big thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, we get to be in the Peach Bowl, which is cool.
The Peach Bowl, that's what it is.
And
That's not fair either. They're playing
Oh,
that in
yeah.
Atlanta. That's a home game for Georgia.
well, and to be fair, my cousin who is in the UC band, they had to go to the, what was it last year? The Military Bowl?
The Armed Forces Bowl?
Yeah, something like that in
The Geico Armed Forces
Annapolis,
Bowl?
Maryland
Okay.
during like this time of year.
Yeah.
And they were icicles. They were so cold.
Yeah.
So I think even though they don't get to go, like, it is a much better situation because it's not going to be like snowing and raining.
Because it'll be
Nasty.
indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. The band doesn't get to go.
Yeah, it's just, from what she said, it's just the football team. Like, not even the mascot, not even cheerleaders. Like, it is solely the football team since they're crossing state lines and everything.
Like one drummer, maybe.
I don't know if you would hear him, though.
Probably not. Well,
Maybe a tuba with, like, a megaphone in it.
so I did just complain that it's going to be a home game for Georgia, but in the Georgia Dome, I suspect is where they're going to play it, or the Mercedes Dome. But how many people are going to be in that building?
I don't know. Because if the band can't go, then I don't know why. That either means that they would have enough fans to where they couldn't fit the bands, or that means they're not going to have anyone.
Yeah, they may not have anybody. I don't know. Now, the semifinals are going to have people, right? Because they're being played in Texas.
I think so, yeah.
And Texas is like, I can put people in the stands.
It's Texas.
Yeah, not a whole lot of people, but
Yeah.
more than none.
So,
Greater than zero.
yes. That is also how math works.
Greater than zero.
No.
Yeah. Zero is less than 4. I'm pretty decent with math.
Wow, that was top notch.
I'm good at the timesing
Uh-huh.
and the plussing
And the minusing.
and the minusing. But minusing is hard.
Is it, though?
Yeah, if you have big numbers on the bottom, then they're hard.
Well, you just don't have big numbers.
We have to borrow.
No big numbers.
Yeah, because borrowing, I don't know. I don't mind borrowing. Like if I'm going to the grocery store and I need like 65 cents to get something, I don't mind saying to the person behind me, hey, give me $1.
Well, that's not borrowing.
No, that's stealing.
That's stealing.
Yeah.
And you also didn't ask nicely. I think with borrowing, you have to ask nicely.
May you please give me $1? When Harrison was little, he used to say, may you please?
Add another please in there. May you please give me $1, please.
I like that.
Just sugarcoat it as much as you can.
So we have 2 people that have been watching.
Hi.
Hi there. If you have a question for us, now is the time to ask because this is the time when we turn it over to the audience.
Yes. And I know sports, so
I brought a ringer.
a ringer.
Yeah, someone who knows it all.
I don't know it all,
Oh,
but I know sports.
Mm.
Do you know it all?
I brought a semi-ringer. No, I know just enough to be dangerous.
Is Chris a ringer?
Pretty much.
I mean,
Chris
he
is
doesn't know
kinda into
soccer,
it.
so
I don't know. He's pretty into sports though.
Chris doesn't know soccer, so it doesn't count.
He knows who Luka Doncic is.
Your point.
I don't really have one. We have 15 minutes left. I'm not getting anything from the crowd. You know, this is the first time that we've done this and we haven't been in front of a live studio audience for a while.
Yeah, it's weird not seeing people in the building today. I don't
It
like
is. Yeah, I don't either. I'd rather have people here. This
Yeah.
building was made for people. People
Yeah.
make this building a good place.
But to be fair, it is good for us to just.
I think we're doing the right thing.
Oh,
absolutely. No question.
Because we've done so well so far.
Yep.
Knock on wood.
I'm with you.
But, I think it's right.
I agree.
I don't know. So we've covered baseball, college football,
college basketball,
NFL.
Oh, we didn't say that Xavier was going to play Villanova, but they had to postpone the game.
Well, I think that's been that's officially rescheduled.
Yeah, I think they did.
I thought it was like the 7th.
It's here, right? I
yes.
think they play here.
I believe so.
I think it's league play, so they play both places. But yeah, they could beat Villanova.
Yeah, Villanova's not as scary as it used to be.
No, back when they had Ryan Diakonakalo. Remember him?
All right, that was a name.
Ryan Arakadiakono.
That was not his name.
Arakadiakono, sure is. He's the kid that hit the 3-pointer to win the national championship.
Oh, okay.
Arakadiakono.
Well, then let's do a hypothetical with the few teams that we are seeing the standings of now for college basketball. If March Madness was to happen, who do you think would win?
Baylor.
Okay.
Because I'm from Texas. Houston has a really good team this year.
He's a little biased.
A little bit. Gonzaga's awfully good, though.
Gonzaga's been good for a while.
Yeah, they're awfully good. But I think Baylor has a really good team. They were supposed to play Baylor and Gonzaga, but they had to cancel because of what was it? Oh, the pandemic.
Yeah,
That's
it seems
right.
like Texas has been having that problem.
Yeah.
So maybe you should go back there and help them.
I could do that. You could bail them out.
Baylor them out.
Good. So that's who I think. What do you think? Who do you think?
I think UC would probably not even make it.
I don't think so this year.
Xavier might get to the Elite Eight.
That'd be nice.
I think Creighton would go a little further because Creighton's really good.
But Creighton has a tough time on the road. They're really good at home.
Yeah, but I think with March Madness it might be different. Maybe.
It's going to be interesting because there won't be, if they do play, let's say they play March Madness in Indianapolis, there are, I don't know, 5 or 6 universities there they could use, to
yeah,
play.
That's true.
And, but I don't think there would be fans. So I wonder, because college basketball to me has the biggest home field advantage of any sport.
Oh, definitely.
And so when you take away the fans, anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it could be another, what was it?
Virginia.
The one from Chicago with
Loyola of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be another one like that, but where
with
they
Sister
go all the
Jean.
way. Yes.
Sister
Oh my
Jean.
gosh, she's amazing.
She is.
I mean, I think, that definitely not having fans in the stands would definitely change it. And I think if they did March Madness this year, that would definitely be a time for someone to really just shock everyone because there's no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there's ever a time for a little school to really go far, it's when there are no fans in the stands.
Which sounds kind of unfair to the people or to the schools who really rely on their fans, but at the same time, it is nice to see it switch up a little bit.
I think that's one of the reasons Kentucky is having such a problem.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing in front of a full Rupp Arena. Do they still play at Rupp Arena?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I always hate when you have those kind of situations where kind of like college football playoffs. It's the same few teams every year.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't get exciting anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was one of those players, I'd be like, okay, well, this is all I get. Why don't I just go on to the NFL and try something else? Because it would be annoying to do that every single year. You want something else to go on.
Basketball, we had Texas Tech made the finals a couple of years ago. Was that? Yeah, it was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Virginia doing this year?
Virginia's pretty good. They just they lost to Gonzaga, maybe.
Yeah,
kind of got blown out, actually.
If Gonzaga beat Virginia, then I think they could definitely do Final Four.
I think Gonzaga put 90 points on Virginia, which is
God.
the second most ever under Tony Bennett because they play really solid defense.
Yeah.
And want people scoring in the 50s and 60s. I think it was Gonzaga that put up over 90 on them.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, then yeah, Gonzaga could definitely do it. I haven't heard a whole lot like about how Duke's doing.
Well, Duke is kind of in the same situation that Kentucky is, only not as bad.
Yeah.
Because Mike Krzyzewski came out and started talking about, hey, you know what? We need to stop playing these games.
Yeah.
Because it's too dangerous. Because they were losing, is the theory.
That's a pretty solid theory.
Yeah.
I'd say my Final Four, though, would be probably Gonzaga, maybe Virginia,
Baylor. And a player to be named later.
Yeah.
Team to be named later.
Because it's so up in the air right now. Like, it just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And UC may turn out to make the tournament. You know, they may have a good run through their conference. You never know.
I mean, if they can kind of get back to normal. Because, I mean, both of the Cumberlands are gone now, right?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Were there two of them? I only know.
Yeah, Jaron and then his cousin Javen, I think is his name. I mean, they were really powerhouses at UC. Like, they were both the top scorers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they might have both graduated.
Who does Xavier have?
Xavier, I mean, you got Zach Fremantle and you got Najee Marshall still. There's another new guy who just came in one of the last games for the first time and could not stop hitting threes.
Nice.
To the point where the commentator was like, I don't even know what to say anymore. He just keeps doing it. I don't remember his name, but I mean, Xavier is doing really well, I think, because they have more than one player that they can count on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like something where Najee Marshall is carrying the whole team or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's very evened out, and everyone is really good in a lot of areas, which helps.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good recruiting.
It really is. I mean, even if they don't, go all the way in March Madness or something like that, they have a really solid, stable thing going that they can keep working on.
If they're a perennial top 20 team, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
I would be happy with that, honestly.
And crack the top 10 every once in a while.
Yeah.
I
mean, because there are so many things up in the air right now. I could see them either not making the tournament at all. I could see them going Elite Eight. I could see them winning the whole thing. It's just kind of all over the place.
Xavier's never won the whole thing, right?
No, they've never gotten to the Final Four.
Okay.
I don't think. I think UC went to the Final Four, though.
They won it back-to-back. They won...
March Madness?
Mm-hmm.
UC.
60 and 61, I think, with... It wasn't Oscar Robertson's team both years, but I think they won it back-to-back.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't done a whole lot recently in terms of March Madness, so it would be nice to see something.
No, but they've been well-positioned several times and had really good seeds and then come out just horribly.
Well, and it's every time it looks just like the Cincinnati curse. You literally get one good game in, and then you're like, oh my gosh, we got this. And then the next game, it's they are, middle schoolers playing NBA.
Yeah.
It's wild. I don't know.
So give me a prediction for the 2 games on Friday. Football.
Let's see. So we got OSU and Clemson, and then who else?
Alabama, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's gonna lose. Without a doubt.
I think Alabama's gonna beat Notre Dame about 42-14.
I would say 49-21.
Okay. That's probably a good pick too. And then Clemson and Ohio State?
I think it's going to be really close.
You do?
Because Clemson's talking a lot of game.
Yep.
And I wonder if it's going to be something where either Clemson barely sneaks by or somehow OSU just lights them up in the last quarter.
That'd be nice. I'm worried about it because Justin Fields does not look like himself last couple games. The secondary for who are we talking about?
OSU and
Help me
Clemson.
out. Yeah, OSU. Their secondary is just not great, and Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback.
Yeah.
So we shall see. But I will predict. I'm going to predict an Ohio State win because I'm a homer. I 35 to 20, 35 to 31.
I think it's going to be like, I think it might be a little bit of a lower scoring game and have it be like 28-24.
Okay. Who's?
I think OSU is going to sneak by.
I hope so.
And then I think it would be OSU and Alabama.
We'll find out, and we'll talk about it next Monday.
Yeah.
So
Well,
thank you guys.
I
Yeah,
won't.
maybe. You
Maybe.
can come in and do your soccer report, though.
Yes, I can come in and do my soccer report even though there is nothing going on in soccer right now.
Even all the better.
I can just show pictures of the FC Cincinnati Stadium.
You could do that. We could take pictures from Larry's balcony and show those.
I mean, and they got the turf down now.
They do?
So it's starting to look a little more legitimate. It's really exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Emily, thank you for being here.
Of course.
It was lots of fun.
I know
You
sports,
were
I promise.
the best co-host ever next to Judy, and that's it.
Yeah. Don't tell Chris that I'm better than him. It's fine.
I wouldn't tell
He
him.
doesn't need to know.
No, he might be the one person watching.
He might be the worst. And we're just like roasting him the entire time.
Not me.
Oh, of course.
I said he was the best boss ever.
Yeah, but you didn't say that he was your friend. And
I
that might hurt
can't.
his heart a little bit.
I would like to be friends, but we can't be friends. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. And have a good rest of your day.
Yes.
And come back next Monday.
Yeah, and we'll have all the sports updates.
Yep. See ya. Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome.